The moment the tiny 6-year-old Filipino foster boy walks onto the America's Got Talent stage, the audience falls silent, curious about what this small child could possibly do. His foster parents watch nervously from the side, their eyes full of pride and hope. The boy climbs onto the piano bench, his feet barely touching the pedals. When he begins to play, the sound that fills the arena is nothing short of magical. Each note flows like a story, filled with innocence, pain, and passion far beyond his years. The judges stare in disbelief as the music swells, blending emotion with perfection. Simon Cowell leans forward, completely captivated, his usual stern face softening into awe. The audience, mesmerized, begins to cheer softly, waving both American and Filipino flags. By the time the final note fades, the entire room rises in a standing ovation. Tears shine in Simon's eyes as he slowly presses the golden buzzer, sending golden confetti raining from above. The boy gasps, overwhelmed, then bursts into tears as his foster parents rush to embrace him on stage. Simon walks up to him, bends down, and says, "You're the reason this show exists." The boy smiles through tears, whispering, "I just wanted to make my family proud." In that instant, he becomes a symbol of hope for every child who ever dreamed despite the odds, a Filipino kid whose music united hearts across two nations. Backstage before his next AGT performance, the 6-year-old Filipino foster boy sits quietly at the piano, his tiny fingers trembling slightly. His foster mother kneels beside him, whispering, "Just play from your heart, sweetheart." As the stage doors open, the blinding lights hit his face, but this time, he's not nervous, he's ready. The moment he begins to play, the melody fills the entire theater with a soulful harmony that feels almost otherworldly. Each note echoes through the crowd, painting emotions of love, longing, and victory. Simon Cowell's eyes glisten as he murmurs, "He's even better than before." The camera pans across the audience, people are crying, waving Philippine flags beside American ones. The music swells into a breathtaking crescendo that sends chills down everyone's spine. When he finishes, the silence is shattered by thunderous applause and screams of joy. The little boy stands up, bowing deeply, his cheeks wet with tears but glowing with pride. Sofia Vergara calls out, "You just made history, little man," as the crowd continues chanting his name. His foster parents run to the stage again, wrapping him in a hug as golden confetti sparkles under the lights. Simon smiles warmly and says, "The world just witnessed a miracle from the Philippines." The boy raises his small hands toward the sky, whispering softly, "Thank you." That night, his story spreads across the world, proof that even the smallest heart can create the biggest impact when filled with love, courage, and music. The next day, news of the 6-year-old Filipino foster kid's breathtaking AGT performance sweeps across the internet like wildfire. Social media explodes with clips of Simon Cowell's emotional reaction, and fans from both the USA and the Philippines flood the comments with love and pride. The boy, still shy and overwhelmed, sits on a small couch during a backstage interview, his golden buzzer trophy beside him. When asked how he feels, he smiles softly and says, "I didn't think people would listen to me. I just wanted to make my mom and dad proud." The reporter's voice trembles as she replies, "You made the whole world proud." Across the screen, videos show crowds in Manila celebrating in the streets, cheering for the boy as a new Filipino hero. In Los Angeles, people light up social media with hashtags like #FilipinoPride and #GoldenBuzzerKid. The boy's foster parents watch the reaction in disbelief, tears streaming down their faces. Simon Cowell shares a post saying, "This is why AGT exists, to remind us that talent and heart have no borders." The child's pure innocence and raw musical genius become a symbol of unity between nations. That night, he goes to bed clutching his small piano keychain, whispering a quiet prayer of thanks. For him, it's not about fame, it's about love, music, and the feeling of finally being seen for who he truly is, a little boy with a big heart who made the world stop and listen. A week later, the 6-year-old Filipino foster boy returns to the AGT stage for the semifinals. The crowd erupts the moment his name is announced, waving flags from both the Philippines and the USA. The little boy walks confidently to the piano, wearing a small white suit that makes him look like an angel under the spotlight. As he begins to play, the melody is even more powerful than before, so full of emotion that the judges are left speechless. Every note feels like a heartbeat, telling a story of love, loss, and hope. Simon Cowell places his hand over his heart, visibly moved, while Heidi and Sophia exchange teary smiles. The camera zooms in on the audience, people are holding up signs that read, "Philippines to the world," and, "Music has no age." The moment the song ends, there's a pause, then an explosion of cheers. The entire theater stands, chanting his name, Lucas. Lucas, as he bows shyly. His foster parents cry in the front row, holding each other tightly. Simon stands, clapping slowly before saying, "You are not just a performer, you are a gift to this world." The boy smiles, his eyes sparkling under the golden lights. As he walks off stage, the AGT host whispers, "That was pure magic." Backstage, his foster mother kneels and hugs him, whispering, "You did it again, baby." The boy simply replies, "I just played what I feel inside." It's a moment of pure, unfiltered victory. The night of the AGT finals arrives, and the 6-year-old Filipino foster boy stands backstage, clutching a small photo of his foster family. The arena is electric, thousands of people cheering, waving flags, and holding signs that say, "Proud of you, little star." As he steps onto the stage, the lights dim, and a single beam shines on him and the piano. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to play the most emotional piece of his life. The melody flows like a story, each note representing his journey from an orphanage in the Philippines to this grand moment in America. The music rises and falls, touching every soul in the audience. By the end, tears stream down the faces of the judges. Simon Cowell wipes his eyes, whispering, "That was perfection." The crowd roars in applause, chanting his name as confetti fills the air once again. When the host announces that he's the winner of AGT 2025, the little boy gasps in disbelief, covering his mouth as his foster parents rush to embrace him. Golden lights flash behind them while the audience chants, "Philippines. USA. Philippines." Simon walks up to the boy, saying, "You didn't just win AGT, you won the world's heart." The child smiles through tears, whispering, "This is for my family, and for every kid who dreams." It's a breathtaking victory moment that unites two nations in pride, joy, and pure emotion. The morning after his historic AGT win, the 6-year-old Filipino foster boy wakes up in his hotel room, the golden confetti still stuck to his hair. Sunlight streams through the window as his foster parents smile proudly, watching him cradle the AGT trophy in his tiny hands. News channels around the world replay his emotional performance, calling it the moment that united America and the Philippines. Social media is flooded with tributes, artists, celebrities, and fans posting clips with captions like, "Talent Beyond Borders," and "The Miracle Boy from Manila." Across the ocean, the streets of Quezon City are alive with celebration. Children play music in the alleys, inspired by him, while families gather around televisions to watch their young hero. In Los Angeles, Simon Cowell appears on a talk show, saying, "He reminded us what true art is, pure heart and innocence." That evening, the boy visits the empty AGT stage one last time. He sits at the same piano, running his fingers softly across the keys, as if reliving the moment that changed his life. "Thank you," he whispers to the silent hall. His foster mom kneels beside him, saying, "The world saw your heart, baby." He smiles and replies, "I just played what love sounds like." The camera pans out slowly, showing the small boy under a single spotlight, his journey from a foster home in the Philippines to the world stage complete. A legend is born.